Hey everybody, it is Yo Taylor back here at the Style Table on My Style Mondays. I am here with Carol Boston. She is the queen of the reframe. She is a business coach, and I am a proponent for coaches. We need to have coaches, right? Because they help us get to the next level. I mean, Kobe Bryant has coaches, Oprah Winfrey has, everybody has a coach. So why not you? Why not? Why not you? Why not now? And Carol is going to talk to us about her coaching business right here, right now. Welcome to the show, Carol.
Oh, thank you so much. It's great to be here. And you are so right. I actually, I use Oprah Winfrey as an example in some of my talk. Warren Buffett has a coach. I was giving a 90-minute workshop for the Chamber of Commerce, and I made a comment that Warren Buffett had a coach. And there was a young man back in the audience, and he grumbled under his breath, "Yeah, that's what he needs, more money." And I said, "Would you be open to play with me a little bit?" And he said, "Yes." And he stood up, gave me his name, and I said, "Did I say Warren Buffett had a financial coach?" Because I didn't. So you see, his judgment came out about money. And one of the things I help my clients with is other people's judgments and opinions of you are none of your business because it isn't about you, it's about them.
Right.
And that's just a part of the whole reframe, right? Because we're brought up, especially as women, smile pretty, be nice, don't make waves, right?
Right.
Take care of everybody else. And so we're afraid because of our conditioning to speak up. And
Mm-hmm.
I help clients reframe that. I help my clients know their value, own their power, and advocate for themselves. Because so often, especially as women, we don't advocate for ourselves. We think, well, they should just know I want that raise. They should just know I want that job. I'm working hard. Isn't anybody noticing? But that's one of the cool differences, if you will, between men and women. They did a study and they said women who were applying for a job, before they would apply for the job, they had to be 100% qualified. The men, on the other hand, if they are 60% qualified, they'll go for the job
Mm-hmm.
and be bold, right? And say, this is why I deserve the job. And then they go figure out how to get it done. So as we look at reframing, it applies to everything that we do, our interpersonal relationships, our relationship with ourself, how we talk to ourself, our own self-talk,
Yeah.
our relationship to our business and our families. And at the beginning, you said, well, where did you get that name, Queen of Reframe? So I'm going to give you the really short version. I was building my business offline prior to COVID completely. I'm the shake your hand, give you a hug girl, right? I've got 26 years of Fortune 100 corporate experience as a sales expert. I'm used to shaking hands and giving hugs. And all of a sudden, COVID hit, and I was like, what am I going to do? There's a
Mm-hmm.
lady who's in my lane. She's a business coach, been at it longer than me, got about a $6 million company. And in September, after COVID started, she had a free challenge. The reason I chose to attend is she had already made $2 million during the first 6 months of COVID doing Facebook Lives. I thought, this is someone I can learn from.
Right. Listen, right?
Absolutely. Right. The Bible says what? There's nothing new under the sun. Everything's been done. Everything. Now, maybe not
Mm-hmm.
successfully. You might look like you're the first person, but everything's been done. So I
Yeah.
hop into this free challenge, and the first piece of homework that she gave us is she said, I want everybody listening out there, especially if you've got a business that you're trying to gain visibility. She said, I want you to look at people in this group who are in the challenge or people that you know that could have your ideal client in their audience and vice versa. And I want you
Mm-hmm.
to set up Facebook Live swaps, just like I'm here on your show and I told you I'm going to bring you on my show, right?
Right.
So before the next morning, I set up 13 of them. I'm like, all you got to do is tell me what to do, right? This is awesome. So the very first one that I had live was with a lady named Trish Grimes out of Ireland. It was the first week of October
Mm-hmm.
2020. Fast forward to Christmas. I'm sitting here having lunch one day. A new Facebook friend over in Denver messages me, said, what are you doing? I said, I'm having lunch. She goes, great. I want you to hop on this Zoom with me. I'm doing a Zoom to Facebook Live and I want you to hear my guest speaker. So I said, okay. So I hop on. And there was only like 5 or 6 of us in the Zoom room. Everybody else was Facebook Live. And this speaker, unfortunately, whose name I do not remember, She said, would the people in the Zoom room introduce themselves? And it got to be my turn. And I said, my name is Carol Boston. And before I could say another thing, she leaned in and she goes, oh my God, you're the queen of reframe. I went, oh my God, how do you know that? And she said, you know how to ask those empowering questions? I go, yes. How did you know? You know what she said to me? I heard you interviewed on Trish Grimes' show. I have been the queen of reframe ever since. Think about that. That one interview gave me a solid moniker for what I do and what I teach and train, both inside and outside of corporate America. As a matter of fact, 2019, I was hired 6 times by American Express to come in and teach and train. It's something that no one is really teaching or doing.
Mm-hmm.
Last summer, I was invited to speak in front of 1,100 coaches in a big group.
Wow.
I was stunned that none of them understood. And I'm going to share this with your audience. This is a writer downer. This is powerful. An empowering question never, ever, ever starts with the word why. Never. Why brings in defensiveness, which brings in the ego, which brings in emotions. And when emotions go up, intelligence goes down. It's true for every human being. Powerful.
Yeah.
And so that's what started me on the Queen of Reframe. When I first learned about empowering questions back in 2015, I was amazed.
Mm-hmm.
I love calling you Yo. I love that. and I was determined to master them. And I have studied with the best, both in leadership as a leadership business coach and empowering questions. And so that's how I got my name.
See, that's awesome because like one of the things you're talking about is the difference between men and women. And I did some research on women in business and why is it that we literally ask and get $35,000 less in business loans or business investment because we automatically don't ask. Men go in and ask for 100%. Now think about it. There's like I'm like you said, there's 60%. They have 60% of the information. They're going to ask for everything.
Yeah.
And women, we sit there and think and we ask for less. Statistically, ask for on average $30,000 to $35,000 less in business investment or loans. That was startling for me. And I think it's all in our confidence and conditioning through society to a certain degree. What do you think?
Well, one of the things my show on Monday when I bring you on is called Carol's Courage to Confidence Corner. And one of the things I teach on is that confidence is not a feeling. You see, women are waiting to feel confident. And so they do what? They stay in a position of indecision. Indecision will cost you more than a poor decision every day of the week. A poor decision does what? At least it gets you into action. You have some results. And when you have results, what can be measured can be managed, right? We can then manage those results. There was an article in the Miami Herald several years ago. I still have the newspaper clipping. Female reporter was invited into this big company to look at all their books. And so she did. Then she got to sit down with the CEO, big old, white Caucasian male with a cowboy hat on, right? So she goes in and she says to him, I looked at all your books and I noticed that you give men promotions more often than women. He kind of sat back and he said, yep, I do. And that kind of bothered her a little bit. And she said, but
Right.
I looked again and you give men raises more often and you give them bigger raises than you do women. He calmly sat back again. He goes, yep, I do. Now she's a little ticked off. She goes, why is that?
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know what he said? One reason. He said, because they ask.
Mm-hmm.
If you
Yeah.
don't ask, the answer's always no.
Yeah.
It's always no. But you're right. Conditioning. Women are taught not to speak up. What did I say earlier? Don't rock the boat. Don't make waves.
Right.
Smile nice and be pretty. No. You deserve to take up space here on earth. Nobody can do what you can do like you do it. I mean, think about it. We all have a unique fingerprint, right? Nobody's ever had it. nobody will ever have it again. But it's so that you can step up and leave a unique handprint on the world.
Right.
You've got to step up.
And share your gifts and share your treasures. I decided that to really take the leap and take the plunge into being my own business owner and really sharing my treasure, my gift of style and styling women. And for me, it's a high. I love how it affects a woman's confidence. And in this case, too, now I'm working with men as well, where it ups when you feel confident. I have this acronym now, PCC: polished, comfortable, and confident. That equals confidence. And when you feel comfortable and you're polished and you're put together, man, that your confidence level goes way up and you can get the job done because when you walk in the room, it speaks before you say a thing. How you look when you enter the room speaks volumes before you say a word. People are assessing you in the first 27 seconds. So my job is to make you walk into that space feeling 100% ready to go.
Well, you said something really important because I said earlier that confidence is not a feeling. I believe confidence is a decision to act.
Mm-hmm.
And what you just said is exactly what you get your clients to do. They do what? They get comfortable, which does what? It takes action. They had to make a decision to hire you. They had to make a decision to be open to changing their wardrobe. They had to be open, which is a decision to act, to do something different. And that's where confidence comes from when we step in and get into action, right? And one of the key things I help my clients with, because it's hard being an entrepreneur. Come on. When you're starting out, it's hard. The hardest thing I've ever done is hard.
Yeah,
right?
it is.
And so oftentimes people do what? They beat themselves up from a place of judgment.
Mm-hmm.
And then they do what? Then they say, oh, well, my confidence is down. It's eroding my confidence. I help clients get into action without judgment. One of the things empowering questions do for you when you learn how to craft them is they allow you to come from a place of curiosity, not judgment. So we can look at the action that we took, and instead of going, oh, that sucked, we just go, that gave me part of what I was looking for. What one thing could I do differently with the other part to get the result that I'm looking for today? I just gave you a very powerful question. They are specific. They are time-bound. Two other caveats are you're not to try to figure out the answer, and you cannot be attached to the outcome. And that is one of the biggest things for entrepreneurs to let go of. They are holding on so tightly, right? It's their baby. They're holding on so tightly to what they think is theirs. Their hands aren't open to receive all that God and the universe have to give them.
Right. And you have to just get out there and do it. You have to get on the field and you just have to launch. And
Get in
I
the
say
game.
all the time, I'm out here just doing it. And I feel like I'm not going to let the perfect impede the progress of me doing what I love and helping women and now men feel their best self or feel like they like how they look and how they present themselves. I definitely totally agree with you with just getting out there and taking your blessing. And I also think that two people are, a friend of mine said that she knows this lady who, no matter what, she's just scrappy. She's a scrappy. I mean, she's a beautiful woman, but she's scrappy too. She said because she will get knocked down and she'll just dust herself up and go on to the next thing because she's not going to let that thing stop her from growing and her growth. So that part is, and it takes you changing your mindset.
Exactly. I was just about to say, you can call it an obstacle or you can call it an opportunity.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And in being the queen of reframe, I mean, you can bring me any challenge, and I can quickly reframe it for you, not only give you a new perspective, but then give you the effective action steps you get to take to get immediate results.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
People are looking for that, right? They want to see immediate results, but it's not the end goal. You know, I said I spent 26 years as a sales expert for Fortune 100 companies. And one year, you're not going to believe this, they tripled our quota overnight. Tripled our quota overnight. It was so big I couldn't look at it. So I went into my boss's office on Monday morning. I had an 8 a.m. private meeting with her every Monday. And I said, I can't look at that number. Here's what I want you to do for me. Every Monday when I walk in here on a white piece of paper in big, thick red ink, I want my number just for that week. I'm about to teach you guys something super important to reaching your goals. I said, just for that week. And she said, okay. Every Monday she gave it to me. Every Monday I went back, I taped it on my cubicle. And I said this, what 3 things, you guys want to write this down, powerful if you do this daily. What 3 things, they must be easily bite-sized, digestible, and doable, can I do today to move me closer to that goal? And then as soon as you do one without judgment, I teach them how to celebrate from an NLP perspective. The art of celebration is powerful. And then we tie that into empowering questions because I don't think I told you this yet, but my next book is going to be called You Can't Read the Label When You're Inside a Jar. And we're all in a jar. And the answers we're looking for are right outside of our jar. We just don't know how to ask the right questions to get to the answers that we're looking for. That's what empowering questions do for you. They get you the answers that are right outside your jar.
See, that is good stuff right there. That is good stuff right there. And I'm going to tell you, Miss Carol's got a lot more for you, and she's going to drop her information in the comments below so you can contact her. And she's going to tell us right now how to contact her.
Yeah, I don't think it'll let me do comments from here.
No, I want you to do it after. I want you to do it.
Yeah, in
But I want
StreamYard.
you to tell everybody right now on video how they can contact you.
Absolutely. You can go to www.carolboston.com. There's a place you can click on a link to contact me there. You can email me. It's very simple, carol@carolboston.com. And I tell people that's Carol with no E at the end because I'm like a Christmas carol, song of joy, right? That is me, Christmas carol. Heck, you could even call me. You probably won't get me on the phone, but you can text me, 954-616-9024, and I will answer that text.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Well, I appreciate you joining us today here on My Style Mondays. And think hook up with the queen of reframe. We all say things. I just did where she had to correct me and have me think about what I said and correct me in thinking in a more positive way or delivering the information in a more positive way. So it's just things that we need to practice. That's why you need a coach.
Exactly. Because why? The coach is outside your jar.
That's right. That's
right. Coach is outside of your jar. And you even said it earlier. At one point, Oprah had 4 coaches. And someone said to her, why do you have 4 coaches? And she said, because nobody is an expert at all 4 quadrants of my life. And I want to know that I'm living my complete life at the highest level. I laughed when I gave a talk one time and I said, look, I stay in my lane. If you come to me for dating advice, I'm going to tell you got the wrong coach. Go find a dating coach, right? That's not me. And so that's why we all, get to be who we are in our lane. And one of the things you said to me last week when we spoke, you made me think about if I had to describe my style of clothing. It's classic, it's edgy, and it's timeless. It never goes out of style.
Boom.
That's me.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. You dropped a lot of knowledge. So again, after the show, she's going to type in all of her information in the comments so you can connect with Carol, the queen of reframe. I love that. I so love that.
I tell you what I'll do for your audience. I have a 90-minute call. It's a $997 value. And for the first 3 people that reach out to me and connect and come from your audience and say, Yo sent me. You got to say Yo sent me.
Yo, sending you.
I'll do it for $97.
Woo!
And you will walk away with effective action steps. I call it a clarity to cash call. You will get totally clear on what's gotten you stuck, and you will get some effective action steps that you can take to get immediate results. First 3 people.
All right. Well, I'm going to bring my next guest up, Charles Lucas. And hello, Charles.
Hello, Yolanda and Carol. How are you?
So, Charles and I are going to discuss his change. He needs a new wardrobe. He's hiring a stylist. He's hiring a coach because I'm a lifestyle coach as well. So his life has just changed overnight with just, the things that happen to us over 40, our body, our health, everything has changed. But he's going to speak to why he needs a stylist and a wardrobe strategist, and what's changed and for the positive, and what you're looking forward to the future. Welcome to the show, Charles.
Well, thank you, Yolanda, and hello, Carol. Yeah, this is an interesting point in life. As you know, I recently turned 48, so I'm ticking towards 50, and you begin to think of what the next stage of life is going to be. Part of my journey in the last 6 months is losing probably about 60 pounds, which has made my wardrobe non-existent. Everything's to the point now is too big or it's too long, or a lot of things are going on in that area. So the reason why I sought someone else like you is because something that Carol said, I want clothing that's going to be timeless. And also clothing that's going to adjust with my weight, because who knows when or how that will go. But right now, I need something that, as I continue to lose weight, and as my body changes, I need something to fit that. But 6 months down the road, I don't want to have to buy a new wardrobe again. So, as a man of a certain age, with styles changing, I need someone to help me, because I'm used to what I'm used to. And I'm used to what I'm used to at a certain weight, where I use those items to camouflage or to make me look slimmer or to accentuate something that I wanted accentuated. Now that I have a different body build, I have to learn how to embrace that. So I'll still forever be 60 pounds heavier in my mind, I guess, as Carol was saying, in my jar. But uh, outside of that, people don't see that, but I still feel the same way. So dressing a new way is going to be a challenge for me. So I need someone from the outside.
Because you have not only physical changes in your lifestyle and your life, but who knows what your future is gonna. I mean, you might start a business. You might take on other opportunities, take on new hobbies and new activities, because you might have more energy now.
Yes. So yes, those are things that all the things that I take into account when I look at a wardrobe. I have some pieces that I spent some good money on, and I know I can't wear them anymore. And I don't know if they can be altered or different things, coats, blazers, and things like that. So who knows? I wore a uniform for 20 something years. So now, outside of that and having a more professional job, well, that was a professional job, but having a job where I would be required to wear a different style of clothing. When I started this job in 2020, I bought Macy's out, and now I can't wear any of it because it's too big. So I need someone to help me to make better choices and not always shop from the clearance rack, I guess, is what I'm saying.
Well, with all that, especially for someone, you look young, and when you started that job, you were going into the office, And now we're in a virtual world where most people are demanding to work from home, if
Hmm.
at least a hybrid schedule. So you have a lot more flexibility in how you show up. And most of the time, many times it's, you just need to look good from the neck up. But but I've talked to people too that feel like they're even more productive from the neck up if they're totally dressed.
That is true. That is true.
Because everything's a mindset. Like you said, your mindset, your mind is still feels like it's the 60 pounds heavier person. Then you have to reframe your mind. The queen of reframe.
I was going to say, dude, I can help you with that. You need to give me right?
Yes,
Remember,
yes.
may I say one thing, Charles?
Reframe, just go right on it. Yes.
Are you open for a little feedback, Charles?
I am. I would prefer some. Yes.
So
Yeah.
it's important that we remember that we create as we speak.
Okay.
So when you claim, it is always going to be in my mind that I'm 60 pounds heavier, you will create that.
Mm.
You will create that. And many times, because I've worked with people to release the weight and get in better shape, many times it causes them to go back to where they were
True.
because they're claiming it. So one of the things that you could do every morning is, I am so excited and grateful. Remember, it's vibrational energy. Everything is one thing, right? It's all energy. Everything is energy, right? So if you started off every day, I am so excited and grateful. And then you can add the statement that you want behind it, that I have easily released 60 pounds and I'm on my way to my ideal weight, feeling comfortable and happy. Period.
Right.
And looking
That's
good.
Yeah, looking good.
Now we're going to make a whole nother statement.
Good.
We're going to give him a second statement about looking good, right?
No, that is a powerful statement. It is. It is. I acknowledge that, that's holding on to the weight, the weight of the situation,
It's what it
going,
represents to you.
yes, going to
Yeah.
shop and you're trying to, you don't even know what to try on. I
Right.
bought some pants from Macy's recently and got them home and they're too big. And I'm shocked that I'm wearing the size that they are, but in my head, I'm like, no, they have to be too small when I go to this other size, but they're too big.
Well,
So
what you also many times we see ourselves is that because you're just kind of conditioned to keep buying it, and when you're looking at yourself every day as the weight's coming off, you don't see yourself as others see you. So you're just going to buy, oh, of course I'm this size. I've always been this size. Or I've lost a little weight and I've lost a little weight before, but now you've lost a substantial amount of weight. When you see yourself every day, you're not even noticing. You're not paying attention to it the way other people when they see you. I mean,
yes.
And so that makes a difference. So that's understandable. And that's why having a stylist, having someone to do your concierge shopping for you, to make sure and create a wardrobe that will actually go up and down a size. So you're prepared because we're older and things happen and you're not going to beat yourself up because you've gotten down to this size. And I want you to make sure that you walk in that closet and you have something, because it can be demoralizing, even though you've lost all this weight. If you gain 10 pounds, I'm back on the track of destruction, and you don't want to beat yourself up. So I make sure that your clothes go up and down a size with you, so you always have something to wear, and you always feel comfortable and confident in what you have on, because you don't want to. The whole up and down with the weight thing is just a part of our lives once we get to be a certain age. And some of that's acceptance, but also reframing how you think and see yourself too.
Reframing it, yes, and to remain in style as you change. As you enter the next chapter of life, you might want to do things differently, and that's where I am. I want to be stylish in my 50s, classic, stylish. Those
I'm
type
not letting you go out like no punk. You're not going to go out into the. I'm not going to let you go into the sandals and sock.
But I don't want to dress like
Pastor.
I don't want to dress like I'm 25 either. You know.
That's right. That's right.
You
That's
know,
right.
some of
But
the
you know,
things
the
people do.
cool thing is that you can applaud yourself for is that you're willing to make an investment to hire an expert
Yes.
to get you to that next level where you want to go. Right? Because so
Always.
often people will sit back and kind of wallow in it and not take action. We were talking earlier about the power of taking action. You have now taken a huge step. So I applaud you for that.
Thank you.
Invested in a professional to help you get to where you want to go. Because what you're looking for is what? It's right outside your jar.
That is so true. I'm looking for it because it's not with
Right
it's
outside
not
your
in
jar.
here right now. Mhm.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
So we have a lot to go through, Yolanda. A lot.
And I'm excited. I'm
Uh-huh.
excited because we're going to bless other people with those clothes.
Yep.
You know, I'm big into sustainability. So those clothes are going to bless someone else. And you're going to sell some of those clothes so you can get some ROI because I'm all about saving money and
Mhm.
making money. So it's going to be good. And you're going to have we're going to clear the trees. You can see the end. You can see the light at the end of the tunnel. You can see your new life and your new self when you look in
Mhm.
that closet. And that's exciting because it's a fresh start. It's a fresh step to your new you.
So
Yeah.
I want a before picture, I want a now picture, and I want an after picture since I get to be a part of this first show. I also would love to see the results of the work that she's able to do with you. That would be
All
super
right.
powerful.
That'll be great. I'm looking
Yes,
forward to it too.
easy. So
Yeah,
listen, yeah,
because
we're going to do that.
now I don't look at the closet as, oh, what's too small. Now I look at the closet as what's small enough that it's not too big. So I need help.
Yes. Well, you're going to look in the closet and go, oh, I think I'll wear this. I think I'll wear that. I think I'll wear this. And I can wear what I want to wear and feel good
Great.
about it when I walk out the door.
If those negative thoughts ever creep up, I'm
Hmm.
going to give you the most powerful of all empowering questions. You ready?
Which is okay.
Because remember, with empowering questions, you're coming from a place of curiosity and not judgment.
Hmm.
So you get to ask yourself, what else is possible today?
Mm,
What
Mm-hmm.
else
I've
is
heard that
possible
before.
today? And remember, when you're putting these questions out there, it's not for you to figure out the answer, because if you had the answer, it'd already be inside your jar,
Got
right?
it.
So you're open to the possibility without being attached to the outcome. That's a big challenge for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
But that's
Exactly.
why it's so important that you hired a professional coach to help you get there.
It is. Thank you for that.
And on that note, on that positive note and hope and excitement. And, I love this stuff, Charles. I can't wait to get in your closet because I just it's a happy place. So we're going to wrap this show up now. And again, Carol is going to drop all of her information in the comments after the show so you can get in contact with her. She said, if you say, you heard it from Yo, that you're going to get this $97 value of this very valuable call. So it's worth a lot of money. Go ahead and jump on and reframe how you think about yourself. And you guys know where I am. If you are interested in hiring a stylist, someone to a wardrobe, I'm a wardrobe strategist. I create a strategy to align your style with your current and future lifestyle. And there is no size, no age, and no mindset that I can't deal with. I know because my size has been up and down and up and down. So I know what you're going through. So hit me up, DM me on At the Style Table on Instagram, Facebook, LLC at the Style Table LLC. Look to join at Style Closets and Diva Dens. I have a group page where you can share your styles and your looks and join the community of women who cheer each other on. And now it's going to be women and men. I actually have men on that in that
It's
group as well.
Women and a few good men.
So, all right, you guys. See you
Thank
next
you.
week, Mondays.
Thank you.
Mondays, My Style Mondays at 7 p.m. every Monday. See you next week.
Have a
Bye.
good one. Bye bye.